Hello viewers, I have a special guest here with me at TMH studio. His name is Abdi Mahmoud. Welcome Abdi.
Thank you, my brother.
Abdi has come to leading a group called Horn of Africa Coalitions, or Coalition rather. And he was here for a mission to meet different politicians in Washington DC. You will be telling us about it in a bit, but let us know you, Abdi. Who is Abdi?
Thanks for welcoming me. My name is Abdi Mahmoud. I was born in Fiqh in the Ogaden region, or the Somali regional state of Ethiopia. And I came to the United States in 1982 as a refugee. And I've been very fortunate because I started from the bottom and worked my way up and got my master's degree, received several prestigious certificates from Stanford and Harvard. And so I've been very lucky, and now I live in California.
Yeah, that's good. Again, I welcome you here, and we'll be talking about this Horn of Africa Coalition. It's a new name. It feels good when we hear about it.
Yes.
What's this coalition about? What's the mission? What's the aim?
The mission was, I've been doing advocacy since about 2005, so I have a lot of experience. And in about, earlier this year, we just had a very bold idea, is to say, first of all, how can we bring all of the diaspora groups together in a common platform? So we held a very successful conference, a 2-day conference in San Diego. We've invited Ambassador Mike Hammer. We've also invited the ranking member of the Africa subcommittee, Representative Sarah Jacobs. And it was a 2-day event. And what we wanted to is have a vision of bringing people together so we can kind of voice our common concerns. And so we held a 2-day successful conference.
This recent one?
Yes.
Yeah, but before that, who are in this coalition? Do you have members or just volunteers, networks?
We have coalition members from different parts of Ethiopia, from different regions. And that was to kind of have a collective voice, so we can have obviously, the more united you are, the more power that you have. So we invited to the conference diaspora communities from the Amhara region, from Tigray, from Oromo, and we were the organizers, the Somali, Somali regional state of Ethiopia's community. And what we want to do is to start out with these 4 groups and work our way up.
Yeah, and I think I have seen some prominent personalities here. I've seen my friend Faisal Robile, Mesfin Ayeno, Zihan, and all other. This seems to be prominent people from the Horn of Africa. So you were you were one of the people who initiated this, and so how did you set it up? I mean, how does that chemistry come easily? Because I can see so many different people, and like I said, the name sounds good to the ears. Even
yes,
this should have been done quite a bit earlier. So
yeah,
we had it's good that it came now.
Yes, we had a common vision of let's say, how can we work together? Because if we work together, and yes, a lot of these communities have differences, but we also have a lot of commonalities. And it's also very important to know that we're not a group that got together because we're anti-government. We're all interested in moving issues on the ground to make sure that things improve for our communities back home. So when we have that vision, we bring people together, and then good people, they come together and they want to do great things. And so the points of agreements that we came from all 4 different communities.
Yeah, that's so great. So are there people who you still want to reach out and they haven't come yet to the fold, or you're complete. Now you have everyone from the region.
No, no. In our conference, before our conference ended, our Amhara brothers, they thought that we couldn't accommodate them at that time. But yesterday we had a very successful briefing in the State Department, which our group has organized, and we've invited our brothers from the Amhara diaspora groups, and they've attended.
Okay.
We've also had Harari representatives, we had Afar representative, and we've reached out to Sidamas. So it's a growing coalition.
Seems like everyone is coming to board then. So bring me to what you had yesterday. You had engagements with different politicians, I think senators, Mike Hammer and the like. So what transpired? What did you wish to have and what did you get?
In Washington, attention is everything.
Yes, attention.
So because right now a lot of the focus is on Ukraine and many other parts, but if we don't keep up a lot of good work, then sometimes you may not get as much attention. But we were very successful. We had 2 days of advocacy. We started out at a meeting with Senator Ben Cardin, the Senate Foreign Relations Chairman. He took us to his office, proceeded in his office.
The senator from Maryland.
From Maryland, he's heading the entire committee.
Yeah.
And so it's
very powerful.
Unusual for someone like that to meet with community groups. But it's someone who we have a long-established relationship, and he had us, in his office and showed us his willingness to address our issues. After that, we had another meeting with key advisor of Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, who is on the Appropriation Committee, which is involved in a lot of the accumulating or foreign aid. And after that, then we had a very successful briefing in the State Department where we received briefings from Ambassador Mike Hammer on his recent trip. We also got to meet with other senior State Department officials. And in every one of those, they've all mentioned how important coming together is, because now our voice is heard. And I may also go back, we also had a briefing with the Senate Foreign Relations staff. So we had a big room, a lot of staff members were invited, and we were able to give a briefing of the conditions in Ethiopia and how we think could best be solved. We think our coalition should look forward and not really look too much in the back, and have a vision of how we can change things. And if possible, where we can work with the government to address issues of importance, so positive things can happen on the ground.
Oh, great. Meeting all those powerful people is one thing, but at what stage are we now? Are we just exchange of niceties and introducing yourselves, or you are going deep into the substance also at this point of time?
Yes, each of the coalition members have been doing a lot of advocacy. So we've passed the stage of just exchanging information. Everybody knows who everyone is. So we are now in the process of actually exchanging substantial, things that are of substance with these leaders. And pretty soon you will see many different avenues or products that come from our trip.
I don't know. I see this like the first script of going the European Union path in some way for reintegration of the Horn. It looks like, unfortunately, the Horn is gerrymandered along political lines where one kind of people are divided into 3-4 places. So this might go a long way. Am I wishing too much?
I think sometimes, yes, boundaries are important, but there's a lot of commonality across the border. You go from Tigray to Eritrea, you see the commonality. You go from Somali region to Somalia or Djibouti, a lot of commonality. You see people across the border in Ethiopia to Sudan, a lot of coming
And
out.
that seems to be very unique in the Horn of Africa.
Very unique, and I think the best thing we can do is to make sure that people are able to live, to coexist. Coexist. We have difference of culture, we have different linguistics, we have different ways of doing things, but there's no reason why we cannot work together to create a vision where we can at least improve people's lives economically.
And we have pastoralists in our region who hate borders.
Yes, yes.
We should
rightfully so sometimes.
Yes, rightfully so sometimes.
That's right.
Free movement. So, what is next in plans then? I mean, it's good that you are gathering and are knowing each other, building chemistry.
Yes.
And do you have some plans or roadmap on the pipeline to go from here to where?
Yes, yes. When we had our successful conference, we came up with a 13-point plan. These are things that are very important, but touches on every community in Ethiopia.
Would you like to mention some of them?
Some of them would be for the government to hold accountable people that have committed war crimes.
Okay.
Another one would be the withdrawal of foreign forces from Ethiopia, because they are a negative effects, to what's happening on the ground. Another one would be, for example, the governance issues. It's a huge important, especially in the Somali region, where in the past 5 years we have had the least competent and most corrupt regional administration, and people. There's very little basic services that are going on, and people are very desperate. Young men are going from Somali region to Somalia, and sometimes it's possible they've been recruited by Al-Shabaab because they're paying them $300 a month.
That's right.
And that's because of the dire economic situation. So governance is a huge issue in the Somali regional state. Another one that our community cares about is they feel that the agreement that the government has signed with the ONLF has not been implemented, and that's kind of a issue that many people are upset about. But there is no reason why the government is not able to address these issues. It's not issues that are anti-government.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Very good. So I would like you to have the last word to pass messages. I mean, for people who you want them to cooperate with you, to reach you, to come on board, and the like. So, what do you want to tell people to really join the effort?
Yes, people can join the effort. We are like-minded people. We have a good vision. We want things to get better, and Ethiopian diaspora groups from different communities, they're all welcome. Our doors are open, and we're all striving to have a better Ethiopia, Ethiopia that is inclusive, an Ethiopia that is strong because of its diversity, and not because of, diversity is not a weakness, it's a strength. We can look at that in this country, you can be anything, but you're still American. So we could be an Ethiopian, but you could be from Tigrai, you could be from Afar region, but if we don't collectively work together, then our future is bleak, and that's where we can contribute. And also, it's important that our diaspora community are very responsible. That they're able to work together and not spread so much hate speech. And sometimes, that kind of gives all of us a bad name.
Very important. Very important.
Yes.
Thank you, Abdi, and you promise to come back on discussing this issue further on some other time. Thank you. I wish you very well journey back to California.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I welcome the opportunity, and keep up the good work. Thanks very much.
Very good. All right, good evening, viewers again. This was Abdi Mohammed discussing about the new coalition on Horn of Africa and its engagement with Washington DC politicians. And I also thank you for staying with us. Goodbye from me.